Hey boys and girls, this is Dr. Facilier, you know, from Princess and the Frog. You probably don't remember. It was the first Black Princess movie, by Disney, where the girl's daddy was too tired to give her any attention. And her mama was a mammy to rich folk. Tiana had to work hard to become a princess, when them other lazy heifers just got it handed to her. All their fairy godmothers were magical and special. Tiana had Mama Odie, a toothless old crazy woman that stayed in the swamp that she had to travel to. Boy, I tell you, Disney is something else. But when I'm not casting spells or trying to trick niggas out of their riches, I'm listening to What the Fudge Podcast. Sice Man, are you ready? You're changing, all right. And I hope you're satisfied. If you need some connections, I've got homies on the other side. He's got niggas on the other side.
Welcome back to What the Fudge. Hey man, what the fudge? What the fudge? Welcome back to What the Fudge Podcast. This is your host, Sice Man. I got my homie, the co-host, Jones. How you doing,
What's going on? What's going on, bro?
I'm doing good. How was your week, homie?
It was great, man. Because, man, I started off last week with a new car.
Right.
And it's still running good.
Did you get blessed with a yacht or something this week, bro? Did you get blessed with like a new house or something like that this week? Something dropped on you?
You know what? I'm blessed with this car. I didn't get no house yet, but that's on the way.
That's on the way. But we want to go ahead and thank you guys for following us and listening to episode 6 of What the Fudge Podcast. We just want to go ahead and continue to have you guys like the pictures, like the posts, let us know what feedback we can get. I want to thank Dr. Facilier for that intro, the homie that was down there in the bayou whipping up spells for Tiana and stuff like that. The first Black Princess of Disney that they just did dirty. You don't even hear about no more, but it's all to the good. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's an interesting weekend. This episode is going to be really, really good. Let's go ahead and hop into the first segment, which is the news.
Okay.
And the only thing I think is going on in the news right now, especially in California, being in LA, this weekend is All-Star Weekend.
Yes, sir.
A lot of basketball players is in town, a lot of fake athletes, a lot of people that's just tall posing like they athletes.
Fake athletes.
A whole lot of that. It's a fun-filled weekend. Are you really into basketball, Jones?
You know what? Lately, man, I've been into basketball. I've been keeping up, you know. I wish a 3-point Superman.
The 3-point joint? Who are you talking about?
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry. That's
he was on... was it Martha Stewart? No. Ellen DeGeneres show with his wife. I thought that was real dope.
That's always tight when they had them type of looks like that. I like when you go out there and you present the family essence. I think and you can tell it's not staged or nothing like that. It's like a genuine type of feel between them. But if you don't really follow All-Star Weekend, we're gonna go ahead and let y'all know, of course, it's out here in LA. The date so far, it started off yesterday.
City of Angels.
It started off yesterday on Friday, February 16th. And they just had the All-Star Celebrity Game. That's when the celebrities play and stuff like that.
Right.
I think it was Justin Bieber had a team.
Justin Bieber got a team?
Can he ball? Who the other guy. Apparently he can. Chris Brown was out there.
I know Chris Brown could ball.
Migos, Quavo won MVP because he scored 19
and he got a
points,
3.
Apparently that dude is a beast.
I see him throw that ball up a couple times.
He's a beast,
and that sucker went in.
Let's see. Tonight on Saturday they got it's going to be be the Taco Bell Skills Challenge
tonight.
Now, I wonder if that's who can make the best nachos and tacos. Is that what they talking about when they say Taco Bell Skills? I don't really know. That's the first event.
I think they talking about either eating a massive amount of Taco Bells or seeing who can make a massive amount of shots.
Either way, man, that joint sound crazy, man. But look, they also got the 3-point contest. That's the second event. If Steph Curry's in there anywhere, we already know he's gonna take that away.
He might be chilling with his wife. Man, stick with your wife and chill out, man.
Then Verizon has the slam dunk contest to end the night. That's usually my favorite part. I don't even really follow it until it gets to that.
Right.
I think that part's gonna be tight. At 1 o'clock today, they were doing the Hall of Fame announcements. It's pretty cool. I like how they, represent and they keep putting the legends in there. I know Kobe definitely is going to be in the Hall of Fame eventually. That's a fellow Eagles supporter. Shout out to the Eagles for winning that Super Bowl.
Shout out.
We're going to keep yelling that out.
I heard you was an Eagles man.
I've been an Eagles man. I've been an Eagles fan.
You not a bandwagoner?
Not a band. But we're going to go ahead and go on the Sunday, man. Which was the NBA All-Star. That's going to be the actual 67th NBA All-Star game at 8 p.m. our time, 7 p.m. Eastern time.
I'm going for the West Coast.
Whoever the West Coast is, I'm rocking with the East Coast. It's a funny thing how we do that. Whoever the East Coast, I think LeBron's team is on the East Coast. And then Steph Curry's team is the West Coast. And speaking of the teams real quick, I think it's pretty hilarious how LeBron's little roster ended up, half of the people were injured on his roster. Everybody on Steph Curry's roster was cool. DeMarcus Cousins is injured. He's on his team.
You can't help but be cool when you got people like that on your team.
Bro, Kevin Love, that's from LeBron's own team. He's injured.
Okay.
Kristaps Porzingis.
Hey man, hey, what's up with LeBron, man? You think his teammates is tired of him?
Man, I don't even know. It just looks like
he kind of trades him, right? He'll trade him if he don't like him.
If he don't like you, you getting traded.
Dude, what do you think about that? I mean, it's the NBA. It's only the best of the best of the best.
That's how they roll. I think that it's pretty cool.
It's kind of like a Jordan trait.
I think it's cool how they keep switching teams because then that keeps it a little unique sometimes. So
right.
Let's go ahead and go into the next segment, which is Dropping Game.
Drop that game.
And then this week on Dropping Game, we're going to go ahead and talk about the communication. Now, it's going to be a 3-part segment of this, but I want to go ahead and this week we're going to talk about communication as far as relationships, and that's with whoever your significant other is.
Man.
In a couple more weeks, we're going to hit family and friends. Those to me are the 3 main levels of communication.
Yes.
So, and
pretty much the levels of a relationship, because once you get with the woman or the woman with the man, you're going to have to deal with them.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's good on all levels. So real quick, I want to go ahead and say I think Iceman thinks it's very important that you communicate openly as far as what you want, what you expect, and what you look for. You should have a plan or a goal set in mind.
Right.
Especially if you're considering each other boyfriend and girlfriend. I think at that point you really should start kind of making plans on where y'all going to go with it. And keep it open. As long as you guys are open and honest, if you're going to be seeing other people or something like that, keep it open and honest. That way there's no confusion. And nobody has to worry about any
hidden thoughts, like
a mind reader.
No mind reading and no hidden thoughts, please. Because just put everything out on the table when you first meet. This is what it is. Boom, 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 boom. This is how I am. This is what I want. What do you want? What are you about? Do you believe in God or don't you? What's your religion? What's your belief? Put it all on the table, because then there are no surprises later.
And I think that's pretty cool. I think that's, either way, communication is going to help keep everything out in the open. That's where a lot of problems, I think, occurs when communication starts to break up or there's a miscommunication.
And miscommunication comes from frustration.
Yeah, I agree. So let's go ahead and go into... Now, we got this first little commercial skit for you guys.
Oh, yeah?
It's pretty funny. It's a new game show coming out. It's a very unique game show. I heard this brother he just got out of prison, so I don't know what it's going to be like. So we're going to have to try to see what it's like. And I think he's dealing with the whole All-Star weekend. I think it's going to be some pretty good questions in here. Let's go ahead and go into this first commercial for you guys.
Okay.
Alright, y'all. Welcome to a brand new exciting game show, y'all. It's the only game show where you get to wager your own personal possessions. Get the answer right, you get to keep them. Get it wrong, and guess what? That issue's going in my house. Look, I'm your host, Michael Macaroni. Now let's play What the Fudge? Now let's introduce you to my first contestant. He's from Chicago, Illinois, y'all. You know how Chicago get down. Them niggas crazy out there. Look, he currently works as a construction worker, enjoys working out, he lifting them weights, so you better not run up on him wrong. And guess what? He likes to party with the ladies. Hey man, tell us a little bit more about yourself, homie. Tell us your name and a little bit more about yourself. My bad.
Well, my name is Leon, but you kind of already said what my day-to-day is like. Wait, how did you know all of that? Where am I?
Leon, look man, since it's All-Star Weekend, check this out. We got some great questions for you tonight. I sure hope you're a sports guy, cause if you're not, somebody's about to get a new TV. But tell me, are you ready?
I really don't know how this works. Nobody told me any rules or anything. I remember I was moving my TV into my apartment, then everything goes black. I woke up here.
Fantastic, man. Look, first question. All-Star Weekend is going to be held in what city this year and why?
I think it's in California this year. I don't know. Maybe LA. And why? How would I know that? Look, I won't call the police. Please just let me and my stuff go, please.
Oh, wow, man. Sorry, but you're wrong. That only counts as like a partial answer, homie. The correct answer is Los Angeles, California. And why? My nigga, that's easy. The thoughts and the gold diggers and the side chicks don't have to pay for airfare. Look, check this out. I can't speak for the ones that don't live here. But look, let's go to our final question in the Death Round.
Wait, why is this show so short? And why is it called the Death Round? Look, man, I swear I won't tell anyone. I think you're a nice guy with a great show, but kidnapping people and then making them answer questions to win their own stuff back is just crazy.
Look, man, my therapist told me the same thing. But you know what? Let's go to our final question. Players often injure themselves, and it lasts for about 2 to 10 months. Where will the injured player this All-Star Weekend, DeMarcus Cousins, be in 9 months?
Who? Cousins? What kind of timeline is that? And I don't know. Probably playing again. Oh my God.
Oh man, sorry, but you wrong again. He will be somewhere in LA taking a paternity test since he's injured and has nothing else to do this weekend. Well, that's our show, you guys. Sorry about that, homie, but I do own your TV and I got a car coming up off of you. But look, check this out. You ain't gotta cry. We not gonna send you away empty-handed. We do have for you, for being such a great host, Leon, we got a free trip to the ER. Thank you for playing What the Fudge? Hey, nigga, hurry up and knock this nigga out, man. And coming back from that commercial.
Bro, you can't just be snatching people out there.
Look, bro, sometimes you gotta make people work for their own possessions. Maybe they don't appreciate what they got, and he making them really appreciate
bro,
what
he
they
worked
have,
for it
man.
already.
Look, man, that brother, hopefully you don't get caught slipping and end up on that episode. I'm definitely going to watch my back now because I don't want to end up on that game.
You snatch me if you want to. I'm going to snatch you. You're going to be the one in the trunk.
You're going to be the one that needs
Now we're going to play my game show. It's called Whoop Your...
Whoop Your What the Fudge. Speaking of What the Fudge,
Whoop the Fudge.
We're going to go into the next segment or topic. It's segment of the show, my favorite, which is
What's that?
What the Fudge.
What the
Hey, man,
Fudge?
What the Fudge And in this week, the main thing, I think that, like I said, I don't like talking about Homeboy, but the main thing this week, I would think is...
What are you talking about?
Donald Trump,
Mr. Trump
trying to replace
old
stamps
Trump
with monthly food boxes.
Oh, no,
bro.
that's a bad move right there. I don't like that move.
I have never heard of anything so crazy in my life. They pretty much want to control what you eat, and they think that it's going to last a month. They think what they give you is going to last for a whole month, bro.
That's a bad idea.
It's
Because
a horrible idea.
if that was the case, then we could just go to all the churches that gives away boxes of food and just get it from them.
Or the
nonprofits.
homeless areas, the homeless shelters.
But I don't think that's a good idea because everybody's different. People eat differently, have different allergies to foods and all. It's just a disaster waiting to happen.
It's crazy, man. So you pretty much have to eat whatever they get you. Let me get you some real facts. It says the Trump administration is proposing to replace a portion of the federal food stamp program with actual boxes of food delivered to recipients' front doors, putting the U.S. government directly in charge of what goes on the dinner plates of more than 16 million low-income households. Let's see, what else? This sounds crazy. It says the boxes will replace half of the current program's cash benefits. All food will be grown domestically and include shelf-stable items such as juice, pasta, canned meat, and beans, bro. They think it is going to save over $129 billion over a decade.
But you know what, though?
What's that?
You know me. Hey, man, I see the good in it, though.
I can't eat no canned steak. I can't eat no canned chicken breast. No canned fried chicken. That's gonna be horrible, bro. Some canned fried chicken.
Size, look. Remember who our president is? Trump. He's a businessman. He believes in stimulating the economy with owning your own business.
Right.
This is the type of thinker he is. So he's trying to stimulate the individual communities to grow. I understand that part, and I like that part because he's making people do. Now
I do agree for the people that are.
I also got a question as well. When you're done.
Okay. So what I was just gonna say real quick was that it's gonna make the people that are taking advantage of the system. Those people, I think, should definitely be taken off, or maybe they need to have a set amount sent to their household. Mm-hmm. But for the people that have, large families of 3, 4, 5 or more, you can't really determine how much each individual is going to eat every day for a month.
Here's what I like about that box system. I'm only like it. Answer this question. Then I like it. If you answer this question, yes or no.
Go for it, Jones.
Is the box going to replace all food stamps, or are people still going to be able to go buy food?
All food stamps. They want to replace all food stamps.
So people can't get a box into their house in assistance along with going to get... Oh, you'll just get the cash.
You'll just get the cash, but they won't give you the food.
Okay, so then that works. I like that because then what you can do is they can give them the box.
Right.
Hopefully it'll be a balanced meal of a box.
I hope so.
Vegetables, nuts, fruits, grains, proteins. Okay, and then you take the cash and you go buy the individual things you need from the store.
True, but who knows, man? I don't know. To me,
I'm with you on that.
I don't know about Trump.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
I'm not really feeling it.
Give assistance where assistance is needed. Let the people get the help. Call it a day, man.
I don't think it's going to go through, homie. So let's go ahead. Since we don't think that's going to go through, we're going to go ahead and move on.
Through.
In this next What the Fudge topic is going to be the Instagram comedian of the week. Now, last week was the homie _Cornell __. I know a lot of people was liking his videos. That dude is going to be hilarious. I can't wait to see him in movies and all types of other projects.
He got those videos that make you don't really want to look at.
Right. Like we were saying, he got them videos where he's the one, you think of this stuff in your head and you don't say it out loud because you know it sounds crazy. and he go ahead and just does it. He says, you know what? I'm going to act it out. I'm thinking this crazy stuff. I'm going to act this crazy stuff out. With the fudge, man.
Yeah, you don't want to be in them situations.
You really don't. So
I don't even like watching this video.
Check out our Instagram
but I love him.
at WhatTheFudgePodcast where you can find all of that out. But this week, for episode 6, the Instagram comedian of the week is At Country Wayne.
Country Wayne.
KOUNTRYWANE. The brother is extremely funny. I can't stop rhyming, bro. I
was about to say, that kind of sounded like a song.
I just can't even keep
it's
doing
it. It's the Country Wayne in ya.
Hey, you know what I'm saying. But this brother is very, very funny,
Pause.
man. This brother is very, very funny. I just caught on. And hopefully you guys like this stuff. Let us know. And like I said before, you guys can always,
at least you caught on,
add us to different comedians that you guys follow out there that you guys
let
think
us
are
know.
funny. Let us know, and we always down with it.
What the Fudge
on What the Fudge Podcast. We're gonna go ahead and go into the next segment, which is hip hop and R&B review.
Okay.
This week it was only a few things that really happened. The main thing that I've been hearing, especially in Instagram and in the little fake news and all of that stuff, is Nicki Minaj has been missing.
Good.
They thought she was somewhere healing up. They thought she was somewhere
healing up
getting
from
plastic surgery. That's what they say. When you're missing on Instagram, you're somewhere resting or healing up from a surgery. So,
but why can't she just be taking a break because she's artistic and needs to think?
Right, exactly. So I think that people forget these artists are actually real people and they need them time to themselves as well.
That's because all the clone talk going on.
That's exactly. They got all these clothes and stuff. Gucci Mane got the clone talk going crazy, man. But it turns out Nicki Minaj is really, she did surface this week. It turns out she was just kind of working on her new album, getting ready to come out. Probably going to be a banger. And she was also seen in Calvin Klein's shooting for the new Vogue issue, getting ready to come out.
Is she becoming more grown and sexy with it?
I guess, man. I guess if that's the next move. She ain't rocking that crazy
I hope so.
little that little crazy talk she used to do was crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's crazy. I personally think, you already know how I feel,
What's up, bro?
major celebrities, A-listers, should go into hibernation for a while.
Yeah, you did predict
And just
that,
chill,
bro.
you know,
Right.
just
Last
get out of
episode.
people's faces. Then you want people to see you. You're going to create a demand, you know.
Right,
but if you're in
exactly.
people's faces constantly, like, okay, I'm going to use Beyonce.
Right.
You know, she's in people's face so much for
You see
so
her all
many
the
years.
time. Even when she
But
ain't working, you see her.
here's what I think. I think she's going to go hard, and then stop.
Right. You talking about Nicki Minaj?
No.
Beyonce?
Yeah, because,
okay.
but Nicki Minaj, I feel this break is good because she doesn't want to go hard, and stop. She can just take a break. Now start just becoming that mysterious Nicki Minaj, that grown and sexy, that, you know, you can still do your little hippie ha chicka
Right.
whatever, but
right.
you know, just give yourself a break. Give people a break.
Some
Let people
mystique to
miss you.
yourself. Right. Make sure that they miss you. That's always a good thing. Let's see. The other thing in the hip hop and R&B review, another topic I think was the Drake God's Plan video. Now,
Dope
this video was really, really nice. I think when we was talking about him giving out all them donations,
You spent
and
about
stuff,
$1 million, right?
spent almost $1 million just giving it out to families. He was giving it out to charities. He was giving it to schools. He was giving it to people that needed college scholarships. Yo, Drake, we live in LA and we need donations too. But you know what I'm saying? He was giving out a lot of donations to different areas. He went into the grocery store. Hey, Drake, I shop at Food for Less and Ralph's.
I shop at Ralph's
in Pasadena. Homie Charismatic Jones helps with Ralph. But he stopped in
Trader Joe's and Ralph's.
He stopped in a grocery store and told everybody to just buy up all of that stuff. That right there.
But tell me this.
Even if you don't like Drake, that right there, you can watch that and become a Drake fan or appreciate and respect him on a whole new level for doing something like that.
I've been a Drake fan, man. He's dope. Drake is dope. Anybody say Drake ain't dope is a hater. He's in his own lane. He created his own lane. Don't be a hater.
Don't be no
Look, another thing. That is due for every major celebrity. After you done bought 1,000 Lamborghinis and had 1,000 women, houses and cars, what the heck else do you want, bro? You need to go help.
That's why I really respect Colin Kaepernick. I know it's way off topic, but this dude said, I'm giving away $1 million to everybody. He could have kept that money. He could have did something else with that money. I like when these people that have the money go and give it to people that really need it.
You can only spend so much.
He was also giving out cars. Drake was giving out cars in the video to people. He was really blessing a lot of people's lives. He made a big impact down there.
I think
in
he
Miami.
just kind of wanted to crap on Oprah.
I don't even know about all that. Shout out to Drake. Shout out to Oprah. We don't need no Oprah haters.
Well, you know, she giving out cars, he giving out cars. I think there's like a little competition going on.
Yeah, I don't even know, bro. But let's go ahead and go into this next commercial. And speaking of Trump,
hey man,
box,
beef sells.
I heard that Trump got these new other kits coming out. We got a new exclusive. Like I said on What the Fudge podcast, we always get the exclusives before they hit the street. So we got this commercial about new boxes and stuff that they getting ready to have come out. Think it's hilarious.
Man, let's check this out.
Go ahead and check it out.
At the Trump administration, we understand your concerns about the meal box. The president and his team have really come up with some great ideas. Now introducing the Trump gas jug. We spent millions in field research so that we could find the cheapest gas possible for your family. We also worked very hard to come up with how much gasoline we think you should get for the month. And that rounds out to about 5 gallons a week per household. It'll teach you to go and come where we tell you to. I mean, where you need to go.
Wow, that sounds amazing. Even though me and my wife both have cars, one kid in daycare across town, and a job at least 25 miles away, but hey, I'm sure the president's team was looking out for me and my family.
Breaking news! We now have a Trump hygiene box. Trump's team spent hours of nightly research to determine how much deodorant you deserve. We figure one swipe under each arm a week should be enough. The box also includes a single bar of dollar store soap the whole family can share. That's not all. You get a brand new recycled toothbrush, meaning it's had a previous user. Or users.
This is blowing my mind. I'm going to save so much money. Someone else's toothbrush? I'm so excited. I hope it was a celebrity's. Or maybe an athlete's.
This just in, more exciting news. We now have a Trump mind control kit. You no longer are able to think freely. The Trump administration will now control your mind and your thoughts forever.
You mean to tell me I don't even have to think anymore? Wow. Thanks, Donald Trump.
All coming to you from the Trump administration, making America great again.
And we're back. Man, I don't even want to know what else kind of boxes they gonna come up with. Them boxes sound off the chain, man. They really do.
Bro, did Trump put this in effect?
I'm pretty sure he got it in the works, man. He got it in the works. Y'all
gonna sign off for it?
You know he go.
I will sign off for these things right now.
You already know how Trump be right now. Like, always
So
look like you about to cry or something. But let's go ahead and go into the next segment, which is the movie and TV review.
Okay.
This week I was completely shocked when I woke up on Valentine's Day. Even though I already had stuff planned out for me and my wife, I thought that this was an extra edition. Everybody's been hearing about the Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle.
Oh, you said extra edition. I thought you was talking about another baby.
Like that. Nah, bro, we ain't doing all that no more. No more kids. I'm on a no more kids list. But we gonna go ahead. Chris Rock came out with a Netflix stand-up special called Tambourine. I think you guys should really check it out.
Shout out Chris Rock with the
February
Tambourine.
14th. Like I said, it was something to do on Valentine's Day. Even if you don't have...
Shout out to the Rock.
I love it, bro.
Chris Rock.
He talks about everything in there. He don't hold back. He talks about his divorce. He talks about his kids. Talks about his porn addiction. He talks about pretty much everything.
Hey, lay it on the table, man.
He lays everything on the table.
He ain't doing nothing different that
fashion.
1,000 people a million other people ain't doing.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
Is a billion-dollar industry. Like he said, he ain't the only
You
one.
might accidentally see some porn walking by somebody's house.
You actually see porn watching regular TV now.
You gotta tell your child to look away.
Get a max version like a mug on TV, bro. I don't even know what to do. You gotta have your hand up and blindfold for your kid every 5 seconds, every commercial.
Right.
Check it out, guys. It's on Netflix. Came out February 14th. It was Tambourine, Chris Rock. The stand-up's hilarious. I give it 5 stars or whatever the highest rating is. Whatever the highest rating is, we're going to give it that.
Well, you funny.
We're going to go ahead and
5 stars, whatever the rating.
We're going to go ahead and give it to the next segment or topic, y'all, which is the shows and movies to recommend. Now, this week for me, I'm going to recommend this show. Mm-hmm. I was kind of late on the bandwagon. I had heard great things about the show. It definitely made me go check it out. I'm glad it came up on Hulu. It is Atlanta with Danny Glover.
Is that dope? I ain't checked it out yet.
Daniel Glover with Danny
Glover?
Childish Gambino. You know who I'm talking about.
The old Danny Glover?
The Red Bone, the song that plays all day long on the radio.
He's dope. He's dope. He's cool. Shout out.
The show is hilarious, man. I love the show.
Is he related to Danny Glover?
He might be his little nephew.
He could be.
They both got the same afro and beard, so I don't know.
The Morgan Freeman.
They got them Morgan Freeman beards and afro combination. And just that Frederick Douglass look. He started it off, but I think that the show is hilarious. They got a new season coming out on FX on March 1st of this year. So if you haven't seen it, get caught up. It's on Hulu. You can go ahead and check it out. Jones, what's your recommendation for this week?
I'm gonna recommend a show that's already been around. It's ridiculousness, just for people to get their laughs on when they don't want to hop on the internet. Mm-hmm. And
what is this show about, homie?
Basically, they just take a lot of internet videos and just, they show you the funniest ones, kind of like America's Funniest Videos used to be.
Oh, okay. So it's like an
Rob
internet
Dyrdek.
version.
Rob Dyrdek?
Yeah,
the skater.
Skateboarder. Yeah. So it's like an internet version of America's Funniest Home
Video.
Yeah,
just type of show to just give you some good laughs on a down day.
Go back and listen to the previous episodes if y'all haven't, because like I said, we always got some good shows that we talk about and we be recommended for you guys. So definitely check those out.
Yes.
We're going to go to the next topic, which is the Bring Back movie or TV show. And now this one, I'm also picking a show as well.
Okay.
I'm going to go with The Wire. I think that they should bring back The Wire in a modern day version. They can include some of the little hip hop people that's in it now. Mm-hmm. But I think they need to shoot a Cali version of The Wire. They did an East Coast version. They gave you my hometown, Maryland's version. I ain't from Baltimore. I'm from the DC side of things. We don't really rock.
It reminds me of The Corner. It's like The Corner.
But you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like The Corner.
The Corner was
more
dope.
action in it.
More action in The
This
Corner?
is where Idris Elba, he was tricking everybody, had everybody thinking that he could speak real English, and then when he started speaking like he was in Europe, I was completely thrown off. So he came from The Wire. Omar, the dude that was robbing everybody, had the hood scared. Now he's doing plays and Boardwalk and all types of stuff. Homie came from there.
Right.
Michael B. Jordan, speaking of Black Panther, came from there.
Hey, man, shout out.
We was homies, man. You supposed to be my homies, man. Though we was brothers. And then he blasted him, bro. My bad, it's a spoiler alert if you ain't seen the show. Michael B. Jordan get killed in there, man, because he did something, but he should have just stayed away and stayed in the country area up in Virginia, like, you know what I'm saying, he's supposed to do. He came back in town and got smoked. We're going to go ahead. But I ain't going to keep talking about this show, so let's go ahead and go to Jones's recommendation. Jones, what's your recommendation for this week?
Man, I got an oldie but goodie. I would love to see Living Single brought back with some modern day nice actresses, nice young black actresses, and even bring back the ones who played in the old Living Single, because it just portrayed black men and black women in a good light,
in a very positive
nice
light,
you know what I mean, uplifted way. So it's like, I think they need to bring back living single, man. And a lot of people nowadays is living single.
They really are. They're not really living single. They living with a whole bunch of roommates, but we ain't gonna.
They living with a whole bunch of drama.
They live in the Real Housewives for real. So, we want to thank you guys before we hop into this bedtime story, which is going to be wonderful this week for you guys. It's going to be Snow White and the 7 Homies.
Wow. That what rating is this story, bro? Is
my ratings are always
that don't even sound
at your
Snow
own
White
will.
If
you want to let your kids listen to this, that's on you.
Now, is Snow White representation for the white?
Look, check out the bedtime story.
Or for the white girl.
Now, I don't know what the original story they said was because her skin was so fair, her nickname was Snow White.
But the 7 Homies make me think of that white.
Exactly. You already know what kind of twist I'm going to go ahead and put to it. So go ahead, get ready to get your blankets and your pillows. We want to thank you guys for checking out episode 6 of What the Fudge Podcast.
Thank you very much.
Make sure you continue to follow us on Instagram, like our pictures. Check us out on Spreaker.com.
Yes, indeed.
It's also in the bio. Jones, where can they find all of your stuff at?
They can find me at charismatic_Jones on Instagram or charismatic_humor. Okay. I will be uploading more information, more videos, more everything on Instagram humor. It's just that it's taking a little while because I like putting original things
and
on
speaking
there.
Of that, we do have some more original cop videos coming for you guys.
Oh,
we
yes,
also have
that's
some
right.
more skits coming for you guys.
That's
if there's
right.
any of the skits or commercials that you hear that you would like to see us make into an actual skit that you can watch, like I said, go ahead and comment and let us know on our Instagrams at WhatTheFudgePodcast or Charismatic Jones, and let us know so we can go ahead and get those in order for you guys.
Right, and don't forget, you can also catch these episodes of the podcast on YouTube.
On YouTube as well. So go ahead and tell a friend to tell 2 friends to tell 8 friends to come listen to the podcast.
Hey.
We want to thank you guys for listening to episode 6. I've been your host, Sice Man, my co-host, Charismatic Jones.
At your service.
We want to go ahead and wish you guys a happy week. Make sure you stay tuned in for episode 7 of What the Fudge Podcast, and look out for that new Cops 2 skit coming soon.
Yes, indeed.
Jones, you have a good night, homie.
Hey, you too, bro.
Snow White and Her 7 Homies by Sice Man. Once upon a time, there lived a super fine princess with dark chocolate skin and green eyes. She sold the best cocaine in the land, so good that her nickname was Snow White. Her mother died when Snow White was a baby due to a drug deal gone bad, and her father remarried another trap queen again. This queen was very pretty, but she was also very cruel and didn't play when it came to her money or product. The trap queen's stepmother wanted to be the most powerful drug queen in the hood, and she would often ask her magic mirror, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who has the best dope of them all?" And that magic mirror would say in between puffs, You do, your majesty. Now can I get a little sample? But one day, the mirror replied, Snow White has the best dope of them all. Your stuff is like flour compared to hers, my nigga. The Bout It trap queen was very angry and jealous of Snow White's sweet cocaine. She ordered her shooter to take Snow White to the forest and kill her. I want you to bring back her secret stash box and all her sweet dope, she ordered. But when the shooter reached the forest with Snow White, he loved her dope so much that he couldn't kill her and let her go. The shooter mixed the queen's weak dope with sugar to taste like Snow White's. So when he took it to the trap queen and told her that he had killed Snow White, she would believe him. Snow White wandered in the forest all night, high and hungry. When it was morning, she had come across a tiny trap house and went inside. There was nobody there though, but she did find 7 plates on the table and a few tiny bunk beds in the room. She cooked a bomb meal. Fried chicken, she had mashed potatoes with the gravy, she fried up some cabbage, and then smoked a super fat blunt. Drank her some hen dog, cleaned the house up, but the room wouldn't stop spinning. So she decided to lay on one of the tiny beds. At night, the 7 homies that lived in the trap house came home and found Snow White sleeping. Several hours passed. When she woke up, she rolled up and told them her story while they passed the fire herb around. They also did a few lines just to get more comfortable. The 7 homies asked her to live with them and they would sell her cocaine. When the homies were away selling Snow White's product, she would make delicious meals, roll each homie a blunt, and have lines of cocaine on the table next to dinner for them. The homies loved her because she had the best drugs and cared for her, which meant they would take a charge or a bullet for her. Every morning when they left the house to sell that dope, they instructed her never to open the door to niggas she didn't know. Meanwhile, in the hood, in the projects, the trap queen asked, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who has the best dope of them all?" The mirror replied, "White has the best dope of them all. I told you it don't get no better, baby. She's still selling, and she lives with the 7 homies in the woods to keep her product on the streets." Oh no, the trap queen's stepmother was furious. Besides for being a huge drug dealer, she also knew how to make magic powerful edibles. She decided to make some high-dose weed cookies and put a pound of the strongest weed she had in the batch. Then she disguised herself as an old dope fiend customer and went to the woods with the cookies. She knocked on the trap house window, like normal crackheads, when she should have been knocking on the door. But anyway, she said, "Dope queen, Miss White, can you sell me just a bump? Oh man, I trade a bump of your dope for this." White said, "I'm so sorry, crackhead. I don't know what you're talking about." "Dope? What's that?" Thinking that she was an undercover officer. "I got 7 homies, and if you're into that sort of thing, you can find them down the block." But then Snow White saw the bomb-looking cookies and opened the door. The trap queen offered her the cookies, and when she took a bite, poor Snow White fell into a deep sleep instantly. Damn, these cookies were strong. The trap queen's stepmother went back to the projects and asked the mirror, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who has the best dope of them all?" The mirror replied, "Your dope is, your majesty." And she was very happy. When the 7 homies came home from selling all the cocaine to find Snow White lying on the floor, they thought she had OD'd, overdosed, and they were very upset. They got high, really drunk, and played Missing You by Puff Daddy and the Family and cried all night long. Once they sobered up, they built a glass coffin for Snow White. They kept the coffin in front of the trap house to pay homage. One day, Prince Charming, a young player, was driving past the trap house and he saw Snow White lying in the coffin. He said to the homies, "Is that the famous drug princess? My face was numb for weeks off her stuff, man. And she's so sexy, man. I ain't no creep, but I would love to kiss her." And he did. Immediately, Snow White opened her eyes. She was alive again and developed an even better cocaine recipe to make her stuff stronger. The prince and the 7 homies were very happy. Prince Charming married Snow White. They became the biggest and most successful cocaine dealers ever. The prince and Snow White moved out of the projects in the hood to a big home in the mountains and lived happily ever after. The end.
All right.